Even though the women in the film are trying to win the space race, it's about propelling our humanity forward through science, technology, engineering, and math. And these young women basically are aspiring to do the same thing. The story itself is inspirational. When people go for so long unheralded for their contributions to society, the impact of which we're still feeling, it makes you root for them. And it's about time this story has been told. It's a wave of the future, to quote Dorothy Vaughan. They will not encounter science, technology, engineering, and math. So why not be at the forefront of it? Be innovators.
It gives little girls, gives women a different perspective on their value. You know, it gives little girls coming up hope to be something more. Right now, our climate, our culture is kind of congested with a lot of distraction. You know, things based on body issues, face issues, you know, what do you look like, who do you know, this, that, and the other, things that actually don't add to your true value as a human being. Film like this shows little girls how to use their minds and get back to their real value inside. And I think it's just wonderful because it doesn't only inspire them, it inspires little kids all over. You got little boys who are growing up like, I want to be like her, you know. STEM is everything. It's one of the things that we use and integrate into our lives every single day, but we don't realize it. Every time you turn on a computer, every time you use a coffee maker, every time you watch TV, you know, it's STEM affiliated. So it's the common and dominant language for how we communicate and how we integrate our lives. It is the common dominant language for economical change and growth. And this is a part of, in terms of looking for a future, it's one of the things that is going to have to, kids will have to focus on more, coding and sciences and maths and tech, because this is what's sort of leading the charge for expansion and growth in business. We are conditioned to not do the work, and that's dangerous. When we are conditioned to rely on so many things, you know, people barely know telephone numbers anymore, we just look into the cell phone. So when you force your mind to do the work, you keep yourself sharp, you keep yourself ready for the next advancement, the next change in life, and you can then be a part of that change. You can actually be the one to inspire that change, and that's what these women did in this film, and that's what we're trying to inspire other little kids to do as well.
I am personally inspired by these women because they had to overcome so many obstacles, and they persevered and they broke down barriers, and they did not allow their circumstances to get in the way of them following and achieving their dreams. And so I think that there's never a moment in any of our lives where everything has just been perfect. We've just been able to achieve everything seamlessly. You know, I think we've all had to overcome obstacles, and I think this film serves as an example of how you work through those obstacles, how you continue to just let your work speak for itself, and how when we stick together as women, as girls, as sisters, we can achieve the extraordinary. We're always stronger together. These girls today are our generation, our next generation of STEM enthusiasts. You know, these are going to be the new scientists, the new biologists, the new mathematicians. And we always want to uplift them and remind them how cool STEM is and how much we need them. You know, we need to constantly be evolving as a people. Technology constantly is moving at an exponential rate, and we need women, these young girls, to be excited about moving our future forward in a very positive and exciting way. These were the women doing the math to help get our first American astronauts into space. So without their brains and their brilliance, we would not even have had a man land on the moon. John Glenn, God rest his spirit, God rest his soul, would not have orbited the Earth. Oh, this energy is going to be electric. I've already walked past the door of all those girls. I'm telling you, when two girls are gathered, it's already, you know, so much fun, and you can feel the vibrations. But 10,000, I mean, the electrons and the neurons and the electricity is going to be in full effect, and I'm so proud and so honored to be a part of this experience.
This movie is clearly about inspiring people, and I can think of no group on earth that is more relevant for this than girls of color, and give them a sense that anything is possible. So I'm so excited about seeing this movie with 10,000 girls. I think it's extraordinary. But I also think even for girls who aren't interested in STEM, this is an extremely important movie to show that, that brain power, hard work, you can accomplish anything. Well, this organization, Girls Build LA, did a screening last year of a different movie for 6,000 girls that I was at. And it was the most extraordinary thing ever because it's just so inspiring. These girls are so excited. And frankly, I think a lot of what happens is no one treats these girls as being special. And I think to do a special event, to have important speakers, to have celebrities, to have inspirational figures just for them is an extremely important thing. And you can just sort of see them feeding on the attention.
We're excited to be kicking off our Girls Build LA initiative, which is going to bring 10,000 girls from across Los Angeles to the USC Galen Center to see 20th Century Films' Hidden Figures. It was just released this past weekend. And what's most important is for girls to be inspired by the message of the film and to pursue careers in science, technology, engineering, and math, STEM.
We need to be doing all we can to expand our workforce. Men and women. We need to be exposing young people especially to educational and training opportunities, letting them find out what's possible, helping them to dream, creating careers that don't even exist today. So I think this is certainly a part of a continuum of community involvement, community commitment, and so we're just happy to be here today to celebrate with these young girls of what's possible in the future.
It's important to inspire young girls to hone in on their STEM skills because there's an older generation that pushed this crazy propagandist idea that science and technology and engineering and math were for men. But they're forgetting that there is no species, there is no humankind, there is no mankind without womankind. The young girls here today get to see 3 African-American really talented women play 3 really talented African-American women. So you have the power of 6 there, Katherine Johnson, Dorothy Vaughan, Mary Jackson, Taraji P. Henson, Octavia Spencer, and Janelle Monáe. Those are 6 very powerful women. And just to see that story, those stories honored, those stories of service honored in the way that I feel like we were able to capture in this film it's a very strong gesture. It just lets you know, yes, we can, yes, we will.